Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday, August 30th, and this is Jury Duty, a Big Brother podcast. Just kidding. No Warren this time. Just didn't have time to fix that. So Tiffany is still our head of household, and we had the high rollers room, and we saw Claire win. And well, let's just get into it. Okay, so we know that Tiffany won. Like, good for her. Like, congratulations. The one-on-ones I thought were super fun. If anybody stayed up on the feeds to watch, did anybody watch that?
I didn't. I meant to catch up the next day and just didn't get the chance.
You all skipped it. They gave us most of the good stuff on Sunday anyway. The only really fun thing being there was a really fun conversation between Tiff and Azza about Sarah Beth going out. That was really, really exciting that they did not show on Sunday, but I actually shared a quick clip of it on our Twitter. So you guys can go back and watch it. But we had that happen. But can we please get into this high rollers room thing? Okay. Because I really had so much hope for this twist. We already talked about how the wild card was a bit of a flopper for us. And I really put this up there at the same time. The veto derby for me was not exciting. I thought it was kind of cool that we had two people up there, two people that won it and everything, but didn't really get used right, so that wasn't really exciting to me. What came after that? That flip of the coin roulette crap. No, it wasn't a coin. It was just turning the little thing. It was an actual roulette. Yeah. Which we saw Xavier. We knew he was safe, so that didn't really do anything for me. Then we had the coin of destiny. We lost DX for it, and then we see it happen, and Claire gets it, and she just puts up the same people who are up there anyway. After, they definitely ran into an issue here because all the people that had money were obviously sent home. So that we had to give people money just for them to play it and then not use it. I saw somebody write on Twitter, how dare you give us this dramatic, drawn-out coin flip, knowing full well that you just put the same people right back up.
It was so long and so dramatic for no reason. You knew nothing was going to happen. Come on.
Yeah. So we left everything the same. Kylan, Sarah Beth, and Xavier, being the final people on the block, because Xavier is our third nominee, which I like. I like third nominees. I don't like them as a normal thing, but I do think it's exciting when it happens. I even have comments on that, but I guess we're not doing spoilers, right? At least not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We can get into that a little later. But Kylan and Sarah Beth, yay, nay.
It's just the most predictable outcome, Yeah, sure, it's exactly what I would have expected, but I wanted more, Yeah,
I'm a little deflated.
Yeah, I would be more excited if there was a chance of Kylan leaving,
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And I actually, I think at one point I had said, I'd love to see Kylan and Sarah Beth next to each other. And that's what we got. But it just feels so hollow, I think. Because we talked about so many great different scenarios that could play out with when we knew that Tiffany was HOH. And we had seen last week all the talk that she had with I think Azza it was too, about how these guys in the cookout are going to pick us off. They think they're running things. And it was okay, now Tiffany has the power. We might see some real fireworks here.
Right.
And we didn't get that.
Especially since, like, not for nothing, but, like, I know we're not getting into spoilers yet or anything like that, but as the nominations stand right now, as far as we know from the episodes that we've seen, there is an opportunity to get out the two biggest forces of the cookout, like two of the biggest forces of the cookout, in Xavier and Kylan being on the block. It would be so stupid not to take that chance when it's in front of you, but everyone's still like, nope, Sarah Beth is going. And I don't know why you would get rid of Sarah Beth when, like, someone like Xavier, you know, we were talking about him last episode, could easily take the game from anybody in there right now.
Yeah.
Yes, like he could. But at the same time, like there's a lot of game to be played here. Like we keep sitting here saying that Xavier is playing like such a flawless game and he's all this stuff. I just think he's so properly shielded by everything that Tiffany set up. Like,
sure.
I'm not so sold on the fact that Xavier has been doing everything so well. He's, from what we've seen from the feeds and all this other stuff, we know that he's been a really big part of like diffusing conflict. But have you actually like laid the groundwork to say that you've played a great game? I'm not really sure that we've seen any of that. I don't think any of them gets any of that credit. Unless you want to try and give Kylan a little bit. And not had anything to do with strategy. I think just HOH wins. I mean, I know that Xavier did win once. He wasn't it twice.
Yeah, well, Kylan's the only person that's won more than once.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. We keep giving a lot of credit to Xavier, and I'm not exactly sure that any of it's owed or due.
I think part of it is because of the fact I think Kylan just had a really messy HOH the last time. And I think that's part of the reason why. And who knows? If Xavier got power again, maybe he would be just as messy, you know? We wouldn't feel the same way. But I definitely agree with you, Kyle. I think you definitely make a good point about Xavier there, not playing maybe quite of a good game as we've thought.
Yeah, I mean, like, certainly deserves to be there. Like, I mean, I'm not totally like ragging on the man,
Right.
Like, you know, we keep seeing online too that everyone's saying like, I want to see a Tiffany and Xavier, you know, final two, and it's like, I'm not saying that wouldn't be exciting, but other than the fact that they kind of view themselves as like the one, like the two of them as front runners, I'm not really exactly sure that the rest of the house like would.
Who's to say?
I don't know. Conjecture. I mean, that's why we're here. But yeah, I will say that I think what we can say without a shadow of a doubt is that the High Rollers room is a flarn.
Definite flarn. Definite
it's a flarn. It's a flarn.
Definite miss. It's so interesting because we've talked about how twists like this don't always work out in the past. You know, like Kyle has been very vocal about not feeling a lot of these, like, you know, recent twists, like what was the one last season, the safety suite.
Safety suite truly was. I mean, the very definition of trash.
Sure.
It was bad.
I was listening to another podcast earlier in the season when they were starting to announce High Rollers Room and like what that's going to bring and everything. And they were saying that more often than not, the fan base gets excited for these twists because it looks like something that might like shake up the game. You never know what's going to happen. Something crazy could go on. But like more often than not, when there is a majority alliance that's kind of running things, it's very rare that these twists are able to shake things up enough because, like, if the majority alliance has enough power, they're just going to keep winning everything anyway. They're going to be the ones that are getting the powers. They're already controlling the house, so it's just more control. Like, it's very rare that somebody outside of the majority alliance is going to be able to really screw things up. Like, the only difference that I could see is, you know, and we've talked about it a million times before, was like season 20 with the crap apps and the power apps. Like that, there was a bit of influence there because there was kind of this back and forth. Like level 6 wasn't totally running the house, but more often than not, you know, you see it with the committee, you see it with the cookout. If there is a majority alliance, these powers don't really do much to affect that.
Yeah, and you know, especially when the other side of the house, well, they don't even realize on the other side of the house, like, they're just doing what the majority alliance wants, and they think that they're benefiting their own game. Like, we've seen it now week after week. It feels like Claire this week celebrating in her DR, like, oh man, I got the coin of destiny. Yes, yes, yes. I kept the knobs the same. Like, it's like, God, you're now, all you're doing is, okay, there's 9 people left in the house. After this week, there's going to be 8 left now, and 6 of them are the cookouts. So, like, great job, Claire, I guess. You know.
Right. It's so sad to see her so excited, knowing that, like, she's putting the final nail in her coffin, you know?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I still want to play the twist thing a bit here, because I would rather go back to the app thing then, if this is the option. Or people need to have more options to get these bucks, okay? Because even after all this excitement, the exciting people that would have done something exciting with what was happening had no money, and they were still broke, even after we gave them freebies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is sad to see Claire kind of go that route, but then it may not.
Well, I don't know. I mean, other than Sarah Beth, I don't know who really would have used it. You know? You don't think
Alyssa would have given it a go?
I mean, because Xavier wasn't eligible to be taken down, I don't know that she really would have done much with it. Because they said that since he was on the block as a punishment, as a third nominee, they said he wasn't eligible to be removed because of the twist.
Right. I think that she would have wanted to at least try to then influence who's up there, like, next to him. Although I think the only difference in it, maybe Sarah Beth may not have been up there. Kylan's
still I don't know, because I feel like it's pretty known in the house that Tiffany kind of has it out for Sarah Beth. So I feel like Sarah Beth would be, in Alyssa's mind, the best option to have opposite in Xavier, because you know that that's who Tiffany's going to want out.
You don't think she might have done like a Kylan Claire? No, she probably would have done it too well. Well, then all
like
the
maybe
like
maybe an Ozza Derek F, maybe, you know.
Although probably not, because she just took him down, essentially to put Xavier up. Which we also kind of glossed over. Like, how hysterical that we spent all that time that episode talking about how the one person she didn't want to go up was Xavier, and that's exactly who did. Like, just want to make sure that's pointed out. Like, a really good time, and that's really all the high rollers gave us.
Right, but it's just like, for us, that wasn't really exciting because we knew he was fine. Like, she was going through it, but like that didn't mean anything to anybody else.
You know, it was a quick chuckle for us, but like, it didn't affect like the game at all. Yeah, no, sorry, the high rollers room didn't do it for me.
I wonder, like, what do you think it would have made a difference if the high rollers room came when the wild card competition came? So there's more people in the house, you know, more people possibly getting these powers. Like, would that have potentially made a difference, do you think, for you?
I think it's possible.
Right, like, maybe, but also think about how many of those powers in the not the high rollers room, in the wild card competition went unused, you know? So that everybody could get, like, so many. I feel like 2 of the 3 wins in those competitions, 2 or 4, however many there were, like, it was just people winning them to make sure that the people who would make big moves didn't win them. And it was like, great, now I have this power, I'm not going to do anything with it. I just want to make sure Frenchie didn't get it, you know?
I just wanted to win this just to make sure they didn't. And it's like,
that's true.
I don't know.
Although I do feel like maybe other than that first wild card comp, I feel like everybody was playing at the same time. You know, like, in that one comp, like, DX and Tiffany could team up against Brittany to get her out, you know, whereas in this, nobody knew, you know, like, nobody knew what the person before them got or the person after them got. It was all just individual, anonymous, you know, competition. So,
I did like that. I also like the anonymous knowing of bucks. I did also want to point out, we had a comment from Twitter from Autumn.
I see this.
Yeah, really fun. Basically saying that she could see that Alyssa putting up Big D as a pawn and then having Kylan and Xavier. Yeah, which we agree with.
Yeah.
Which is also super fun because, you know, she did take Big D down. But now that the situation has changed, I don't know. She might as well, because then who else? I mean, he's safe to put up because.
Right, that would pretty much ensure, if they could get the votes together, that a Kylan would go out. Like I feel like she would be doing everything she could to make sure Xavier was fine.
Yeah, and that's why I really would have liked Alyssa to win. I think that she might have done something. We might not have seen Sarah Beth, and then maybe it would not have felt like such a sure thing. But thanks, Autumn. I agree. You're for it.
Yay.
So let me see here. Wait a minute. So before we started recording, before we actually made the stream live here recording, you mentioned the triple. And how mathematically.
So yeah, hold on. Let me pull up what I was looking at. I saw a post on Instagram.
I want this to be wrong.
So,
because this is really not good news.
I read it as we were starting, and I was like, "Damn it!" So there was a post on Instagram that was showing what the CBS show schedule looks like for the month of September.
Okay.
And so right now we're at 9 people in the house. So we have the eviction this coming Thursday, September 2nd. So that's going to take us from 9 to 8. Then the following Thursday, September 9th, is going to be 8 to 7. And then the Thursday after that, September 16th, is a 2-hour episode. And then after that, there's only one more Thursday before finale.
When is the finale?
It is on September 29th, a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're looking at this, you're thinking there could potentially be a triple eviction.
Mathematically, it has to be, because then that's going to bring us from 7 to 4. And then there's that one other Thursday to go to 3. And then they have the Sunday episode with the first part of the HOH competition. So if this is the correct schedule, we're seeing a triple.
Well, I mean, it's definitely very interesting. I hope
Kyle Petty's left the conversation.
I was like, where'd you go?
I know this isn't what we wanted, but
no.
I mean, I could see it being pretty interesting potentially that night.
Oh, it'll be a fun night for sure.
It'll be a fun night, but it's like the whole season, maybe not the whole season, but at least the last couple of weeks have been so predictable. And even right now, last episode, we were talking about how excited we were for things to happen, and none of them did. And it went the easy route. So now when it's finally going to get into the position where the interesting stuff can happen, we're going to breeze past it in one episode.
I know.
Yeah. And that's my beef. Yeah. Totally.
You know what? I know that we're not all the way there yet. There's still 9 people in the house, but I also think, obviously we love this show because we love the drama and we love seeing people compete and who's going to go home next and who's going to get the power next. But just in general, the cookout this year, I think has worked so hard, and it almost does a disservice to them to see their group get, let's say they do make it all to the final 6. 2 of them are going to get clipped off right away. It almost does their whole group and what they've worked so hard for this season a disservice in a way that we don't get to see, the first 2 people from that alliance go out with a full week of competitions and game and social play and all that stuff. I don't know.
Right. It's as soon as they finally get to what they were working for, now we're just going to be yeah, they did it, whatever. Now they don't even get to That's
who you have to go.
Yes, but I think it could actually help somebody. I think it could help somebody like a Tiffany who, up until Thursday, hasn't had any comp wins. Maybe is a little bit more of a social and political player. Then maybe this could speed up the process for her, and maybe put her in a better position if she wins one of the HOHs that night. I'm excited for the possibilities of what. I guess it'll depend on who's left by the time we get to that 7, and who could win what, because it could speed things up in a way, as long as we get at least just one HOH in there. That's not a cookout. Let's get Claire in there. Can we get Claire to win on triple night if she didn't already win or she didn't already get thrown out? That could be a fun night for her to win, because then she can rise to power and get somebody out without having the pressure of the cookout and people talking in her ear, changing her plan. Maybe she can get somebody out. it's just people like that. It's just Claire and Alyssa that can help us. And like kind of like make that interesting.
And like, granted, I do want to say too, like we're sitting here saying like this season's been boring, it's been predictable, but like on the flip side, it's really is like a testament to how strong of an alliance the Cookout really is, because they had their plan and they flawlessly executed it in a way that like, yeah, they didn't really get a lot of pushback, but they didn't get a lot of pushback because nobody knew what they were doing.
Right.
So there was no reason to push back on it. So like, yeah, sure, we're not getting the fireworks and we're not getting the drama, but like that just proves what a strong alliance they really are, because they've been able to flawlessly execute exactly what they set out to do. What, week 1? You know?
Yeah. It's been incredible. And there was a couple of moments last night that I remember Tiffany at one point talking to Hannah. Hannah was very upset about Derek X leaving, right? And Tiffany kind of just took her and said, listen, we're all going to go through this. I'm going to go through it with Claire. Xavier's going to go through it with Alyssa. Kyla's going to go through it with Sarah Beth. But what we are working for here, you know, all the fights and arguments we've had, all the little bumps along the way, like we've gotten through it and we're doing something here. And that, you know, I've loved the Cookout throughout the whole season. But that moment made me root for them even harder almost, because I felt like we've talked about it over the years. You know, we've seen different casts come and go, and we haven't liked the way that you know, people of color on the show have been treated by, you know, by certain cast members, let's say, or, you know, and it's just to see what the Cookout has done this year has been really just absolutely amazing to me. Like we've never seen an alliance just work this well. And even at the times that we've seen like, they're starting to crack. They're starting to crack. Who's going to take the first shot? It's like, no, they have stayed so true. You can tell how much it means to them. And it's incredible when you think about they were all complete strangers when they walked in, and they've somehow formed this bond because they know how important it is. I just think it's awesome. You know, as much as we want the drama, I do really appreciate what they've done. It's incredible.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, sure. No, really, I think it's really great. And I was saying to my roommate even before this, I was saying how I think it's awesome how this is an alliance that actually has not lost any members as it's gone on. Like we always see like a large alliance like lose 1 or 2 along the way before they make it to the end, and they didn't. Like there's certainly something to be said for that. It's wonderful. I'm done with it now, though. I want to see chaos. I want to see a lot of disruption, like, because that's really why we're here. Like, let's go. Where are the fireworks? Like, okay, I'm so proud of how you guys
and
did
that's
it.
why, like, I'm so
Now
frustrated. If the triple is 7-3, like right now, you couldn't put it anywhere else. You have to put it right now when we're finally gonna start to see.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Can we get into spoilers?
Sure, that's on you guys.
What do you know,
Joe?
me. What do you know, John?
I've heard a few things. I've heard a few rumors around the mill. All right. Let's talk about stuff. All right.
Let's spoil stuff. If you don't want to know,
spoiler alert.
Turn us off now. Go away. But we're getting into it. Veto happened. I actually don't even know who played. I don't know anything. I don't
fully know who played. I just know who won.
Yes. So, who won?
Our dear Miss Hannah.
Hannah won. Okay, because I just know that Sarah Beth is still up there. That's all I know. and then it looks like she's out. And that's all I read on the socials. I don't know. I also heard that Xavier came down.
Yes. So no replacement nominee.
So now my whole thing about loving the third nominee also gone. All right, so we had 2 failed twists, and now my third nominee gone. Excellent. Okay, so all we have left is what? It's Kyland and Sarah Beth.
Yes.
Well, it seems
pretty cut and dry. Sarah Beth's going home.
Yeah, exactly. Do we really need to? I mean, jury duty could just be canceled. No, I mean, there's got to be something that we can discuss. I'm sure we'll find something. But bye, Sarah. I mean, what else can we say? It doesn't look good.
There's really no saving her at this point.
No. There's nothing else to say about that. Is it the right decision? Is it the wrong decision? I get to this point, I suppose it is, with the way things are going. I mean, can't say it's wrong for anyone. There's no differing opinion to have now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later, SB.
Yeah. It's been good. I guess maybe we can have a send-off for her on Wednesday. Like, like a goodbye and SB's best moments.
Yeah.
I definitely have a couple of classics that I'd like to relive. The Sarah Beth stare down. I'd like to see that in future seasons.
Stare down.
Okay. Just sitting there. Don't say anything. Just let them speak. I think that's kind of brilliant. All right. I liked it. I'd like to see that
You tell
employed
me.
more. Yeah. She just sat there with her shady heart glasses. She just sat there. I thought it was brilliant. I'd like to see things like that more. Sarah Beth gave me some good stuff. And I guess R.I.P. Who knows? Maybe Kylander really pissed somebody off.
Oh man, if she somehow survived, that would be the biggest shock in a long time. In a long time.
And honestly, a pointless shock.
Listen, man, if Christy in season 21 can flip the vote on Sis, anything's possible.
No. Because Sis didn't do anything. Okay, like let's not. I'm not even sure that she knew that was even happening to her. No, I don't know about that. I'm not.
Poor Annalise.
Yeah, because almost to make a comment like that, almost now says that Chrissy didn't do a good job. Because like, what was she up against? I'm sorry. Who knows who's watching this? Sorry, Annalise. You did the best you could. Just in case this should like circle back to your inbox. You're a very pretty girl. Thanks for hours of entertainment.
I love Annalise. Oof.
She was fun feeds, if nothing else, man. She was fun to watch.
See, that was the beginning of my Big Brother life.
Mm.
I knew things and I understood the game, but I didn't understand the game. I'd love to rewatch that one. Really, a lot of seasons I need to revisit.
No, me too. I really want to rewatch some stuff.
We just rewatched Celebrity 1. And even that was like my third go through. And like even that I enjoyed more this time than like the other times, knowing full well what was going on.
Yeah. What Ross was really doing, yeah.
Yeah, you just appreciate it differently. You get even more disgusted with Meta. And just how very ridiculous everything like with him was. But it was a good season. I'm hoping for a celebrity to come back. I am.
I'm hoping for another over the top. Let's do it.
I'd love another over the top. And I would really like it if we did Survivor. I really would. We really need to discuss that. We can discuss it offline.
It's coming. It's coming soon.
I know. Yeah. That's why we got to discuss it. I think we should do it. It's a hoot.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but it's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't have anything else for tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are we? What were we talking about again?
Nothing, because it ended with we know Sarah's leaving, and
it was a pretty cut and dry week. Like there's not really much to say.
I feel like that's not what we were hoping for.
No, we had so many expectations.
I know so many scenarios that we were hoping for.
Especially after the way that Julie sold the Coin of Destiny to us. Like I really thought we were going to be in for it.
Destiny.
Yeah, like I really thought we were going to get something.
Julie. She jinxed it.
It was just so funny watching, for me, knowing what happened, watching what production really tried to do to make that episode seem so exciting when it's like, nothing happened.
Yeah, no, they really tried. And for me watching, I was like, okay, I know what happens up to the nominees. So at 8:30, I was like, okay, Coin of Destiny. Like, this is it. And I was just like, I had my notebook out, the page is blank, because basically nothing happened.
Yeah.
So disappointing. I always like to rewatch the Sunday episode. There's no reason to.
When that part came up, I actually, because of Julie, wrote in my notebook, Coin of Destiny. And then I literally just ended up writing down like the names of the house guests because I wanted to say like who had enough money, who played, who didn't play, right?
Right.
Basically, just started writing a bunch of names down and just next to it, just insufficient funds. insufficient funds.
Yes, bankrupt. I just kept shouting out, no, broke, broke,
like
broke.
What a flop.
Yeah. Even after
So
we gave you
disappointing.
free money. Yeah, what a bust. What a bust. But I guess so Wednesday we get veto. Even though we kind of already did that. That's okay. It doesn't even matter. We're still going to chat about it on Wednesday because I'm sure we'll see some conversations. I've been seeing some things on the feeds, and we'll save this for Wednesday, I guess.
Oh.
But I've been seeing some things on the feeds. Yeah, what's this? What's this?
We got a question.
Oh, we do have a question from Kayla. I'll answer this. Yeah, this is fun. Who do you guys see in like Final Four or Final Three? Like, who do you see taking each other? Yeah, let's get into that one. Who do we see?
Oh man! Wow, that's hard. That's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. All right. Okay.
I could see Tiffany getting in there.
Yeah, I definitely see Tiffany getting her way there. But honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I only see her getting in there if she wins it.
Yep.
I don't see anyone taking her anyplace. I think they're all smart enough to know that they should not do that. And I would say the same for Xavier, except I could see Kylan bringing him. Just like the whole bro thing.
I've seen whispers of Kylan and Xavier talking to each other about like bringing each other to 3 with Derek. And then like whoever wins takes Derek.
That has been something that's kind of been out there with some of those maps and plots that we used to get from our friends over at BB Junkie. Yeah, we always did see like that Final 3 between DF, Xavier, and Kylan. All right.
Granted, Xavier and Kylan are butting heads a little bit more this week, but I still, I don't think from what I'm seeing that it's enough to maybe disband that. I still think that like it's all right, we'll get to 3 and then whoever gets there takes Derek, and then it's just like an easier sell to the jury.
Yeah. Now, do we think that, let's just say somehow DF does it. Let's just say DF kind of like charges on through. Who does he bring?
I have no idea.
Who does DF bring? Does he bring like an Ozna?
Maybe. She makes it that far. She makes it that far.
Make it that far.
And that's the thing. That's even just a Final 2. Kayla really just wanted to know about Final 3 and 4.
Well, yeah. Right.
Yeah. That's my fault. I brought it too far. I'm so excited to get into that too. But I don't see Ozna being long for this world.
If I had to choose like a Final 4 right now, I'd probably go with the 3 guys we said. Right? DF, Xavier, Kylan, and then like Tiffany. That would probably be the Final 4 that I would predict if I had to. Yeah. But I mean, it's so hard to make. You can't make predictions in this game.
No, you can't. You can't. But the only thing I could possibly see, maybe I could see like if the Final 3 was like, I could see Tiffany weaseling her way into a Final 3, even if it was like Xavier and Kylan. I could see them dropping DF for her. And I only say that. I think if Tiffany feeling like obligated.
I think if Tiffany had her like perfect storm, she would bring the girls. It would be Tiffany, Hannah, Azah. But I don't know if I see that being as likely.
I always forget about Hannah. I do. I forget her. I don't think she should be out of the equation. I think it's very possible that she could get her way down there. I don't think she's out. Like she's definitely longer for this house than Ozzy. Yeah,
sure. I agree with that. Her and Tiffany are super close. I feel like weren't Hannah and Xavier close too? Are they still? Is that still? I know Alyssa and Xavier are very close, but I felt like in the beginning, like Xavier was very protective of Hannah when her name was being thrown out to go on the block by SB. I think when Christian
they all kind of like specifically Xavier, I think, kind of like views her as like a sister, she's my baby, like
right. Yeah, but
which is cute.
Jeez. So that's having these kind of discussions. That's why I love getting like a question like this. Thank you, Kayla.
Yeah, thanks, Kayla.
Because when we were about to end our conversation, thing like, oh, it's such a cut and dry thing, and like obviously that's just this week, but like as we break down all these different things that can happen, all the combinations of like who could still end up in the final 6, final 5, final 4, final 3. You know, it's like there's a lot that can happen. A lot that can happen, even if we're not thrilled with what's happening this week. Oh, who knows?
And that's why I don't want the triple, because that's when things start to get good.
Yes. And see, I would accept this triple if you gave us a battle back. Like, add another week and like let us see somebody like kind of fight their way back in, even if it's not the X. I mean, that's what I would want. But even if it isn't, fine. But because I mean that would actually be more fun. Like, I'd love to see a cookout member go out on the triple and then come back in the house. I'm like, like that would be even more fun.
That would be
like,
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'd really enjoy that.
Wow.
Yeah. No, we're not getting it this season, but that's okay. No, we'll lay the groundwork for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right.
Wow.
Well, with that, I think we're out of here.
Yes, so much fun.
You know?
So much fun.
Yeah. So thanks for your comments and questions. We'll be back on Wednesday at 9:30 and with an updated theme. All right. So have that fixed. And yeah, we'll have all the fun. All right. So like, subscribe, share with a friend. And this has been Jury Duty.